Morning, guys. It's Tamara&Jim. I'm feeling real triggered this morning, so decided we would get on and kind of discuss how we've been feeling. Couple articles and things we'd like to discuss. Definitely get your opinion, and I'm going to share mine for sure. Got our coffee, our motivation sticks, and I think we're ready to go. All right, so the first topic we want to talk about, which I'm sure everyone's heard because it's been all over the news, is the White House, how they're pushing forward to continue the workplace mandates, even though they are court-ordered right now to pause this while it's under review. So, what is your take on this so far, love?
That's more Let's Go Brandon, right?
It is, definitely. So, we don't have to listen to the court system. The president is telling us to just continue on, and that doesn't really mean anything. Then do we trust the court system at all? What is the message here? Do as you're told. And, okay, so, and I believe the article on there, they're quoted trying to say that they want you to continue moving forward to keep the workplace safe, to make sure people can get their shot, right? But if you're mandating it, that would make me think it's because people are not willing to get their shot.
Well, correct? It's probably going to make do you just run them out of business now, or do you wait till after they force the people to quit on them?
Well, they want them to quit in the middle of a pandemic. That's a whole nother topic. Make that one make sense. Okay, yeah. So continue. So please, based on what your wonderful president, the most voted for president in the world, states that you should just not listen to them and continue moving forward. So please just make sure you do that. Also, but we're not really going to enforce it until after Christmas.
Yeah.
Because it's so important, but not until after Christmas. Why?
Follow the money.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously they need those businesses to stay open so people can go spend their hard-earned money, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, everyone's making $15, $16 an hour. They're just raking in the money.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you go spend it all.
Rates went up $1 or $2, for everybody, but everything's doubled or tripled in price. So show me where we're saving money, or we've made more money, or look at the great progress, or, oh dear, the good news.
Good news. Okay, so we should continue to move forward, even though the court tells us not to, but we'll wait until after Christmas because that would affect our wallets and the money coming in, right?
Well, people just quitting, hey, I'm not going to get that shot so I can come to work, really? Can't afford to fucking hardly get there. I mean, Fukushima to get there. Oh, we chose to change the F word to Fukushima. That was a travesty as well.
Seems fitting. Seems real
So instead
fitting.
of the F word, we're just going to try to say, like instead of saying Biden, you say Brandon. So it'd be like, Fukushima, Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like an inside joke, but, maybe with shirts one day.
Fukushima Joe. I like it. Seems like a good title for him anyways. And then let's talk about that. So we'll go follow the money. Let's talk about NASCAR.
Follow the money.
Yeah, let's talk about NASCAR for a minute. I'm not really particularly a fan of NASCAR.
I ain't watched the race since Earnhardt died, the original one,
Never really a fan of NASCAR or sports, really, per se. But I did hear, like everyone else, yeah, absolutely, when the kids play sports. But we all know the story by now of the Let's Go Brandon, correct? So the NASCAR, the crowd is screaming, Fukushima, Joe Biden. And the news anchor says, oh, they're screaming your name. Let's go, Brandon.
Well, so it's either that or not use any footage. Because, it was Fukushima that was the word they were using.
Oh, yeah, and we can't portray that the world who voted, the most president, voted for president in, is actually very angry with him and is screaming Fukushima him, right? So the media right there covered it up for you. So that's their bad. Lying to you yet again. So it created Let's Go Brandon, right? So everyone's been screaming, Let's Go Brandon. Now NASCAR has decided they want to come out and speak against that. Why did they even have to have an opinion?
Oh, because, the money.
So they need to outlaw Let's Go Brandon, which is literally just words. They're not offensive. Does that trigger you? There's a reason it triggers you, and you should think about that, because this is ridiculous. right?
The kids saying it could be a derogatory.
Anything could then. There's kids saying a lot worse. We can let Travis Scott kill people in a demonic astral world, but Lord knows we the people can't scream, let's go Brandon. Anyway, so NASCAR decides they want to come out and say they want to ban the Let's Go Brandon. Why does NASCAR have an opinion? Why should NASCAR even care? Their fans obviously chose what they were saying. They're well aware of it. They are supporting what they want to support. Why doesn't NASCAR support it? Follow the money. NASCAR, why is NASCAR open? Why are you allowed to go to NASCAR races? Why are you allowed to go to NFL games? Why are you allowed to go to college games? Why are you allowed to go do all of these things in a pandemic?
Money. money. money.
But my kid who rides the public school bus has to wear a mask because it's so deadly.
Right.
But we can go there because why? That creates money for them. Plenty of money. Let's talk about it. It's a pyramid, right? The pyramid only functions if there's enough people on the bottom to keep the ones on the top. If we pull out from this, NASCAR falls. NASCAR knows who's paying their bills and why they are who they are. Just like all the news you've been hearing lately, right?
Yeah. I don't watch it. I don't watch it, but maybe there is. Maybe they're buying the tires. Fuck, maybe they're on every car. Fukushima.
Well, they seem
Fukushima.
They seem to be sponsoring pretty much everything. All the newscasts, even the radio talk shows you hear, sponsored by Pfizer. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people ain't even listening to that.
But the ones that are, I guess, aren't probably listening to us. So
true.
All right, what else were we going to talk about? Hugh brought up a good comment yesterday about...
Oh, the 13 Republicans that sold us out, huh? It sounds like even Michigan's guy was part of that vote.
Upton?
Oh, dear. You can't just let them live in the damn house all their life. We don't want people to be in there for all their life. I think we need to stop getting people in there.
We don't.
You can't, there's got to be term limits. There has got to be term limits.
We don't need career politicians.
We do not need career politicians.
Well, because then they're only in there for their own good. We all know this.
We voted for that. When we voted for that a couple years ago, and as long as they don't change their mind again, well, I mean, it could get... Holy moly. Well, I mean, they could change the Constitution, right? They're trying to.
But you're right, though. We voted it in, and hopefully we're making a change, like voting the truck driver in, and I forget what state. Apologize. But I think that people know the story.
Like you say, if you end up with a dog governor, I mean, you may end up... At least he didn't run us into the ground. He didn't sell us out to nobody.
Ugh. And I find it odd that it's 13, but... That's, the conspiracy in me. Freemasons like certain numbers. 13? That's
13 colonies.
Why is it specifically 13? Not 11, not 12, not 14. 13. I wonder. Like, this is all on the world stage, and it's all a movie being played out. Sesame Street, and let's discuss, babe, Sesame Street and gas pump propaganda.
Oh, my darling.
So, I know you guys have probably seen it. Like we said, we live in Michigan.
Does that trigger you?
Oh, it triggers me. So, you cannot go to a gas pump nowadays without there being a TV on there to sell you something.
Or to tell you that you should get a shot.
Or to brainwash you into something. And that's what we've been seeing lately, is all of these why I got vaccinated. Of course, we could talk about why there isn't commercials for the actual vaccines. Just people giving their opinions.
That Fukushima them right up, That would put a kink right in the cod.
Yeah.
Knock the teeth off the thing.
Well, because, when you have commercials, you have to say the side effects, right? So instead, they just have people saying why they got it. But follow the science, right? That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, and now Sesame Street has decided to take an opinion on whether or not I should vaccinate my child. Because Big Bird,
or your grandfather got you a shot. Okay, well, that's great for your Big Bird kids, and that's fine too. But
and I guess it's my bad for letting Sesame Street raise my child, per se.
No, I didn't raise no kid. The TV maybe, but
I'm
not
just
the
saying,
Sesames. Sure.
We can't get away from that either. Like, once you open your eyes up to it, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You have to have a strong family, a strong support system to survive. Like, you realize that you're living in kind of an evil world.
Yeah.
But then we discussed how we got here and how
it's love. Love can heal everything. That's about all faith and love and hope and
pray and know. Just like we were discussing having a conscience and why you feel the way you feel about a certain thing. That's a God-given thing. He wants you to have that tug at your heart, the knot in your stomach. You're supposed to follow that, not drown it out. And we have enough problem. That's a whole digress with that. That's a whole nother conversation we can go on how we poison our body, which is our connector to source with the shitty water and food and chemicals and all sorts of other things, but drugs that they push. But if you're awake and you're hearing this and you're here for a reason, it's because you're being called. And I felt that. I feel he feels that. I even feel my producer sitting over here has felt that. Everyone has an energy of what is going on, what am I supposed to be doing, how do I fix this?
Definitely want to prepare for the winter. Definitely want to do that. Just keep on, But you're not a slave. You don't have to do. Everybody's hiring. Might want to look for ones with less than 100 folks. Yeah, we may have to figure out how all the McDonald's are privately owned, and there's always going to be less than 100 in there, and that way you can still have a choice in America. I mean, it was freedom. That's why I ain't trying to say, maybe for some folks it will save them. Maybe for some folks it's killing them dead. Maybe that's part of the plan, and I don't know. I can't say.
But I also think maybe you don't go to McDonald's. Maybe we pull out of that system, because if we're not in that system, not just them, but if we're not in the system that they've created for us, it falls.
But I'm saying, if they're going to say, oh, we got more than 100, well, you may have to have 2 or 3 different companies working on the same property. Then I don't understand it, and it's a shame and a crying shame. But maybe you need that. Maybe that's spreading the wealth more too. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a blessing.
We'll fight that battle when it gets here. Like, they're fighting it now, and we'll.
I mean, because you really don't want to mess with the millionaires, because they're the ones. I never got a check from a broke man. Never ever got a check from a broke man. Never had a poor man give me money and put me to work. I've had a lot of hard-working folks do that for me. Maybe they weren't rich, but they were hard-working folks that, I don't know.
I hear you.
You can't take that.
But I also think that people are feeling like they don't want to go take these jobs, and everyone's hiring all over because they realize that they're not paying enough for our time. It's a joke what they're trying to pay us for.
To try to make a home.
You're telling me that we're in a pandemic and it's so dangerous and everyone needs to be vaccinated, but you better come work and flip burgers.
Well, like you say, if it's the same price as flipping someone's grandma, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame, because it just seems a little more important. I don't know. I can't say, and I'm not trying to degrade nobody neither, but. You say grandma getting
that is a life.
Someone getting her to the bathroom seems more important than, somebody's getting double cheese on their triple cheeseburger, or I don't.
Agreed. Well, to end on a lighter note, I do feel the energy is changing. I will say that. I feel we have to look at the shadow in order to expose it, in order to heal it. And I do think that is what's happening. I do think a lot of people woke up with the Travis Scott thing. I think a lot of people will wake up with the pushing forward of the mandates, even though that isn't what we want. I think people are starting to see that they are going to push their agenda regardless of what we vote for, what we the people say. They're going to keep going forward. We have to stand up and say no. That's it. We got to stick together. We got to pray. You really got to think about everything, and you got to tap into that gut instinct, your connection with source that he gave you. That's to guide you. Connect with that. Like, if it makes you feel some sort of way, there's a reason, and you need to figure out why. Are you triggered by that? Why?
At the very least, vote with your dollar.
And if anything else, let's start voting more with our dollar, or removing our dollar from their system. Let's pay each other. Let's trade together. Let's start our own community. Let's do whatever we need to do that isn't taxed. Let's figure it out, because now's the time. And we're all awake, and there's a bunch of us, and we got to get it together, because they're going to not give up and fight till the bitter end.
That's right, Mama.
Yeah.
God bless you.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. Comment below. Let us know what you think on all of this stuff. Share your stories. We just want to help get this information out and help wake people up and help them see, and let other people know that we see it too. Don't feel lonely. We see it. It can be depressing. It can be sad, but we are awake for a reason, and we're here to see it so that we can shine the light on it, so that we can get rid of it. I really feel that. All right, guys, have a good day. Continue on. See you later.